I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not. I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like
I was prime.
I can't hit the ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
It's Tebow. He's running all the way back to the left of the 5-yard line. Stretches it out.
Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation, you're not just funding a program, you're protecting kids' futures. You're investing in safer fields, gyms, and rinks. Please join us. Support Safe Sports Network, because every child deserves to play safe.
It's Tebow. He's running all the way back to the left of the 5-yard line. Stretches it out. That's Anthony D. He gets out to the 25. He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play.
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. Come the Clippers. On the low block, kick out, downtown, Yahtzee! By Landry, Double zero, 0-on-0. Caruso from downtown knocks down a triple.
Base hit left field. Austin Suchecki gets it done.
In front of the goal mouth, they jump for it. The header finds the back of the net. Hadley Camo with a spectacular play.
Hi, this is Ryan from Earth Tech Systems in Harvard, Massachusetts, taking a look at the first step of our geothermal installation. Let's go check it out.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
And that fifth game that we're going to talk about in just a couple of hours, that's joining me up here in the booth is the senior level head coach of the 7th and 8th grade team. They are the defending champions of this league. It's Travis Fowler. Coach, thanks for joining us here. You've got a fantastic team that you coach down there, and just want to ask you, what's it been like coming back? Maybe arriving a year early, but coming back with so much star-studded talent. What's it been like kind of navigating the ship with all of these great players on the team?
So the estimates are they came back this year with the right mindset. They look even more locked in this year than they did last year. It's great to that stuff.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And tell me a little bit about, I saw you on the sideline Friday night working with the Nashua North team as well. What is how important has that relationship been between the high school team and the 7th and 8th grade team in terms of transitioning into, the next year play? Because I look at their freshman team right now, they are just clicking on all cylinders, pretty much throttling everybody they play. That's got to be a good sign, right? When there's a nice mesh point between this junior high program and high school.
Oh, absolutely. It's incredibly valuable to be down here, and we. To the guys at North, their credit, they come down, they make their faces, seen down here with the kids love having them around. They'll come down to some practices and watch and make sure that they're involved. And obviously I'm down here too, but just having them, we've had some of the senior captains come down to some practices, so that kind of stuff really gets a lot of buy-in.
Yeah, no question about it. We saw the coin toss there, the JV level game. Bedford will receive the opening kickoff. They'll be going left to right on your screen. Nashua in there. Black unis, Columbia numbers, kicking right to left. Bedford in the black pants, white shirts, dark helmets, dark numbers going left to right. Here with Travis Fowler, the head coach of the senior level 7th and 8th grade team. And coach, you're playing a Bedford team today that's also equally as talented and good, because these kids will go on to feed the Bedford high school team, and they are just having themselves a fantastic year at the high school level. What do you know about this Bedford team that you're going to be playing this afternoon? What can you tell us about them?
Yeah, they're physical. They're incredibly well coached. They really have a top-down program. They have just as much involvement, from their high school as we do here. So you can really see the difference there, and they're always going to come up their physical, no matter who they have.
So what you're saying is there's a correlation between what happens at the high school level and how success kind of trickles down, and how important that relationship is between your programs. You came into this year, we mentioned kind of maybe the heavy favorites. What are the messages that you give to your kids in order to kind of safeguard against any shortfalls that might happen?
Yeah, basically we preach that we're going to get everybody's best shot. We got to know that going in, and we can't sleep on anybody.
Oh wow!
Somebody play here.
Number 7, speaking of sleeping on anybody, number 37 there picked up the kickoff. Thought it was going to go out of bounds, ended up playing it, ends up scrambling down the home or the visitor sideline rather, returning that thing for a touchdown, and had that extra gear there. I didn't quite get the number. 73 on the return. That's big wheels for, it looked like, I guess we're going to call him Harrison Burke. So Harrison chugging down that sideline, and just like that, coach, you're getting everybody's best shot. This is the JV level, but this team well aware of what the Nashua 7th and 8th grade team's all about, and he just gave you his best shot.
Absolutely, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So they'll line up for the 2-point conversion here. They'll line up in a 2-by-2 set shotgun formation, similar to what the high schools run. It appears that they were missing somebody on the field, so Nashua had to scramble to get lined up, and so too did the left guard of Bedford. They're probably not thinking I need to be on the field that early. Here comes the swing pass out into the left flat, trying to get the edge, does just that, and that looks to be like number 18, Tyler Porto, and he is in for the 2-point conversion. So we are less than a minute into this one, and it's already 8-0. Talking to the head coach of the 7th and 8th grade varsity level team, Travis, kind enough to join us here. Coach, we got to call your championship game a year ago, and certainly you always want to move forward and move in the right direction. But that particular day, I remember being down on the field at the conclusion of that. Something really interesting happened. I noticed that the Londonderry team that you played in the finals, their coaching staff, their kids, and your coaching staff and your kids were all kind of on the field addressing each other. What's the purpose of that? I mean, in terms of getting everybody together after a great win or a tough loss, what was the purpose of that meeting down on the field after the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's to show that, you're all in it together, whether you're on the different youth football. We're here for the kids. We're not here, to down anybody else. They played a great game. They had a lot of talented kids, and they deserve to be in the spot that they were in. But we're all here for the bigger picture. But, yeah, so basically just making sure that everyone communicates with sportsmanship.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. It really puts us in perspective of what this is all about in terms of giving back the youth levels. You have a lot of kids that come back and coach with you on the sideline that once wore the National North Blue, or perhaps played in a junior high or a Pop Warner program or some type of a feeder league like that. How important is it for to get those kids back and spread that message?
Awesome. We have 4 former National players on staff right now with us at varsity level and collegiate level. A couple of quarterbacks, former nose guard, former fullback. So it's great. The kids really look up to them. They know what they're talking about. They know the system that they're in, and how to teach all the fine points. was very helpful.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That first down play got about 1 yard. It was 2nd and 9 from about the 32-yard line. Twins to top and bottom, one back and quarterback to right, rolling right. We have a flag on the play. We'll check that in a minute. Another flag comes in late. Not sure if it's a holding call. We'll check the flag. Coach, you mentioned the let's say it's going to go against the Cougars. You talked about the systems being similar. How much variation do you have from the high school team at the 7th and 8th grade at the 7th and 8th grade level? Because certainly you could step on the field on a Friday night and you probably can help out sending in signals and talking to kids come off the field about techniques and you know, lining up and responsibilities and so forth, at least on the offensive side of the ball. How close to the system is the 7th and 8th grade to the high school team?
So it's a little closer than you think. The JV kids out there now, it's a little bit more watered down because they're kind of first and a half year that they've been in it. But the varsity team that we have right now is in year 3 of the same system. So once you get to that point, it's a lot easier to kind of add some wrinkles or get more details in what we do, and you're kind of really seeing the true look line.
2nd down, and we're going to call it 10 for the Cougars. Is that penalty marched them backwards? Going to get trips into the boundary, split end to the top side, inside the hash. Straight drop back. And that crossing route pass is complete out to the right side, trying to at least get back to the original line of scrimmage. Looked like that was number 7 for the Cougars. It's Isaiah LeBoy. But again, playing behind the sticks is like the ultimate curse. Turnovers, penalties, and what you do on 1st down. And I imagine, Coach, when you talk about penalties and turnovers, that's probably an area of focus at your practices as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. Number one thing, don't do yourself in the butt, don't make mistakes.
Here comes the diamond formation that we saw on Friday night in that North versus South shootout. Nice job dancing up through the hole there. That looked like the 9 potentially. Galucci maybe. That's in that area, if I saw it correctly, right? Carter Queenan, that was 5. Okay, 9 and 5. Look short of some, but yeah, Queenan on the carry. So this is a Bedford team that, again, a great feeder system into arguably one of the best, if not the best, in Division I high school football. They have a lot of kids that punt is blocked, and it's going to be falling on there by Bedford, number 18, scooping it up. And it's going to be 1st down, Tyler Porter. But what kind of message, Coach, does that send to kids, especially in Bedford? Look, you have 2 Division I lacrosse players on that Bedford high school team. They are playing at Rutgers and Duke, and arguably the best team in the country. What's the message that sends to kids in terms of, listen, stay home, play for your team. They'll find you.
Absolutely. I preach it all the time to our guys. It's absolutely, if you're good enough, with all the film and social media that's around nowadays, they will find you. It's their job. It's what they get paid for. So if you're good enough to play at that level, you will be found. And there's nothing like playing with your friends throughout high school.
Yeah, playing with your friends, that's always something too. And speaking of, if you're good enough, you'll be found. Number 18 was found on that run play up the middle as there was a convening of shoulder pad to shoulder pad at about the line of scrimmage. Nice job by the interior of that Cougar defense, 2nd down and 10. So a huge series here coming off of that block punt. Imperative that this Cougar team holds this Bedford team out of the end zone. They'll line up 2 by 2. Call a drink of water out towards us on the hash. There goes 18. Ball on the carpet and picks it up. His knee may have been down. They blow it dead eventually. That is exactly what will happen. That's going to sit at a big 3rd down. A loss of a couple on that play. Talking to Travis Fowler, the head coach of the senior division 7th and 8th grade team here in the Northeast Junior High Football League. Coach, what's it meant for you and your coaching staff to play in a league like this? Because certainly this league, it may have existed years ago, but it's kind of new to Nashua, right?
Yeah, so it's new to us. This would be year 3 in the league for us, but this is exactly what you want to see. They've developed this league to be a true feeder into every high school program to really see the dividends going forward with them.
Nice little pitch and catch there. Pass was complete out to the left side on the crossing route. Looked like number 35 for Bedford is on that reception. I don't have a 35 on my roster, but I assure you, I'm pretty sure he made the catch. So nice job there. It's a going to be just short of the yard to line the gain. It's going to be 4th and short here. We're going to get a little push forward, and there's going to be a flag on the play. And I'll tell you what, that's either going to be defensive encroachment type penalty, or the offense wasn't set, maybe moved before the snap, and that's exactly what it was. False start against Bedford. So a lot of times when you line up in things that maybe you don't run all the time, there's a little bit of room for error, and that's going to go from a 4th and a half a yard to a 4th and 6. So that's a huge penalty right there, as the Cougars trying to get off the field here and keep the damage to 8-0. They break the huddle, they come to the line of scrimmage, 2-by-2 formation, one back in the backfield to the quarterback's right. 4-man front employed by the Cougars. One step drop, firing to the outside. And there's that length talked about. You got a number there, is it 35 again? I am not showing a 35 on my roster. Not sure if the public address announcer has a 35 on his roster.
Yeah, you got a 35.
No. So unfortunately, we can't give the props up there, but kind of reached up with those long levers, caught that ball, and got the first down by just a little bit, maybe a yard or so. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They're threatening to go in again. Swing route incomplete. It was a forward pass. It was intended for Tyler Porto. Coach, in terms of your practice schedule, how many nights a week, if a youngster wanted to come out and play for your team, how many nights a week do you practice? What are the hours of operation? I see the lights down at Nashua North. How does that whole operation work?
Yeah, so to start the year, we go in our training camp before our first game. We go Monday through Thursday, 6 to 8. We'll get install in, make sure that everybody's ready to go. During the season, we understand that kids, are in school, parents have lives, stuff like that. So we narrow it down a little bit. We're usually Tuesday to Thursday. We're done by 8 o'clock, and then we got to walk through the game. Wow.
And that's just a matter of, Chip Kelly, was my college coach at UNH, and he used to say, if I have a choice between a receiver that runs a 4.3 and a receiver that runs a 4.9, but he stands taller than the DB, I'll take the taller receiver because the DB has to run the same speed as the receiver, and now my receiver has the edge with the height. And then you saw that just there right now. Of course, if you ever watch Chip Kelly's Oregon Ducks, those kids all run 4.2s up and down the field. It's like, okay, he had the tall kids and the fast kids, right? But yeah, so a kid that wants to come play for your program can expect to go 4 nights a week. You mentioned here comes a little swing pass, and he's going to reach across the goal line. I don't think he made it. No, he did not. So 14-0. We always at the high school level, we call student athletes. And even though it's called the junior high league, is there a standard in place for monitoring kids' grades? And if not, does that happen within your team and your program?
Yeah, so there's no, in the league itself, there's no requirement for that. We do require our kids to go to school, make sure that they're being good members of the community in and outside of school. If they don't, then they end up sick. That's something that's really important, and we make sure that they're special. If a parent reaches out and their kid's having a hard time in school, then that's got to be the priority over any extracurricular.
Yeah, I love that message because it's it's a privilege to be on a team and to be a student athlete is the student comes first. A lot of times, and we've seen it with a lot of these travel leagues and a lot of these leagues that are not necessarily affiliated with the high school. The kids aren't held to that standard, so it's a lot easier to go play for a travel team, knowing you don't have to necessarily have the grades. And we talk about being a good citizen off the field as well. Those things really don't matter. So it's nice to see you guys kind of bring that to the forefront. And they have to do it once they get to high school anyway. Right?
Exactly. Everything is to prepare for the next level, and that's you at any next football. You got to be a good member of these.
That's a great kickoff by Bedford to pin the Cougars down. They'll get back to about the 15, we'll call it the 16-yard line, when the Cougars will set up shots first and 10. We've noticed that the kicking game has played a huge part today in particular at all levels there. How much time do you spend on your special team packages, your special team units during the course of a week?
So we do spend a lot of time. It is, football is pretty based. A lot of people don't think it is, but it is truly pretty based. And if you got bad special teams, it can ruin your entire game. So we spend a practice on special teams, whether it's PAT, kickoff, kick return, every week.
Yeah, and you can see that it's important because field position is everything at the high school level and below. I mean, it's everything at every level, right? College, pros, it always comes down to field position and where you're starting your drives. Nashua finds themselves in a bit of a hole here. Maybe first and 10, second and 12, rather, from about the 15-yard line with 1:49 to go here. Little speed sweep to the outside. He got the edge, but coming up from their outside linebacker / corner position, laying down a good stick there. I think that was Queenan around the left side. It was Isaiah LeBoy that time. So LeBoy trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's third down for the Cougars. Let's see what they reach into their drop bag. It's going to be trips into the boundary here for the Cougars. Split end up top inside the hash. Shotgun snap taken, rolling slightly right. Little shot over the middle, just off the fingertips. Would have been a first down. Would have been good for the first down as number 80, Damian Calvin, went up for that one and just couldn't pull it down. So again, that height thing coming into play there, just kind of throw it up, and your kid always has a chance to come down with it. Unfortunately for the Cougars this time, they don't come down with it, so it's going to be fourth down. We'll call it a long 11. The last time they punted, that punt is blocked, so we'll have to provide a little bit more protection this time before they run up the field. One step, kick is away. It's a rainmaker. Going to fall down at about the 29-yard line. Make a Cougar roll down at the 30. Bedford will set up shop first and 10, already up 14-0 with 56 seconds to go in the first quarter. Joined by Travis Fowler, whose team set to take the field in a little over an hour and a half here, depending on how this one goes. We were running ahead of schedule most of the day, and then the last game there were a lot of penalties, a lot of touchdowns. Those things tend to drag a game out. You were at the North-South game. Talk about the energy on the field. Obviously, it didn't work out the way North would have liked it to, but I had a chance to talk to Coach Chad Zabolis a couple of weeks ago up here. A good showing for North in terms of the energy they brought and not laying down, getting after it. Pretty good offensively against a good South team.
Yeah, absolutely. They came out and they were ready to go right away. We got a little bit of a hole, but it was really good to see our kids, especially after halftime, come back and fight and make a game out of it against a very, very talented South team. So we were really proud of it.
Yeah, the football here in the city really good this year. BG having brought in a pretty good recruiting class. Nashua South, their homegrown kids have really grown up in the program, and they're going to make a run at this thing if they can shore some things up defensively. And don't sleep on Nashua North. This is a team that if they get things going the right way, they can put points up. And we're going to see some future Titans that are playing for your team later on this afternoon. And as we mentioned, the freshman team at Nashua North doing some really good things. And Coach Zabolis saying he wants to keep that freshman group together. Nashua North could have a nice little run if they keep the kids in place for the next couple of years.
Yeah, that's the plan. That Bedford team is really working hard, and we've got a lot of good senior kids this year that are really, showing them how it is to get them. Really well.
That's good stuff. It's good to hear. As motion comes into the boundary, the trips. 13 seconds to go in the quarter, and a little swing pass out into the right flat is taken in there. And Titans are watching this young group of Cougars. They really run well to the ball. The Bulldogs are finding it running into the big jackets, and now they're coming to the outside. And that particular play, the Cougars were up for the challenge. That's going to do it for the first quarter here from Montefield at Stello Stadium. We'll switch the field around. It's 14-0, the Bedford Bulldogs over the Nashua Cougars. We're going to take a quick break and pay some bills. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, this is Ryan from Earth Tech Systems in Harvard, Massachusetts, taking a look at the first step of our geothermal installation. Let's go check it out.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
We are swapping sides of the field now, and we'll head into the shade, so a little bit cooler down on that end of the field. It's a scorcher up here in the press box. Bedford facing a big 3rd down and 10 from the Nashua Cougar 30-yard line. We'll see how this play works out for either side. 2-by-2 snap, 1-step firing, and there, a great look there is the little pitch and catch, but almost a box out. The Cougar was in great defensive position, but just couldn't come over the top or through the side of the receiver. And so, that height certainly does make a difference out there on the perimeter, and that makes it very manageable 4th and 4. Up here in the press box with Coach Kevin Fowler, my God. Coach Fowler, nice enough to join us here in the box, and his team set to take the field in just a couple of hours. Travis, tell us a little bit about what folks can do if they want to become involved with this Cougar organization. That snap goes over the head. We'll see what happens, and that going to give not only the ball, Trav, but good field position as well.
Huge play, way to make the tackle after that, too.
Yeah, so we were talking about what can folks do if they want to become involved with this Cougar program, and what are some of the opportunities available to folks that want to become involved?
Yeah, we're looking for coaches every year. You can go to naturalcougars.net. There's applications there that you can fill out and get involved and help the kids up.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I look at the numbers, and ever since we started doing the games here on the Highlight Guy, we're hearing that the numbers are growing. More people are getting interested in the product, and certainly having success at the 7th and 8th grade level helps the cause as well. I saw the cheerleaders down there warming up for their halftime program. We have a timeout on the field called, but that's good stuff, Coach. And anytime you can bring good people to help your organization out, that's all about helping the kids. And I know they believe in that at the high school level too. It's something that's important to Coach Bolas. I know it was important to Coach Lorendi. When I was there, it was important to me as well. You're building kids for life after football, and very seldom are you going to get a player that's going to go on a full scholarship the college or play professionally, but they're going to be contributors to society. They're going to be fathers. They're going to be working in the community. They're going to be people that you want to see do the right things when given the opportunity, when given the choice as they get older. And I know that's probably a message that you start at a very young age with these kids as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, we love great football players, but we love great people first. We got to make sure that we're great people to be better. So we learn about it.
I saw a great quote the other day that said, you can't do good things with bad people. Yeah. You know, and I think there's something to that. Ultimately, that stuff kind of catches up with you, you know, and so be a good person first. I love that thought. As Nashua will set up, and there in the diamond, this is a formation we saw on Friday night. And looks a little familiar. Nice first down play, nice first down carry there. Number 29 on there. Who's that on the carry, coach? Yeah. Tough to see up here in the sun as we'll take a peek at the monitor. I think it was 29 on the carry, maybe Neil.
Number 3 steps up around.
I think you know 28, okay. Toby Baum. We called Toby's name a bunch of times the last time we were here. 3rd down and 8 for the Cougars. Important to get a first down here. Move those sticks. Take advantage of that high snap and that 4th down play. Let's see what the coach has drawn up here. So it looks like it's going to be trips to the field. Split end up top. Maybe some type of a levered route. Could be. Great drop back. Now he rolls. It's trying to set up a middle screen of some sort. Flag will fly. Clock will stop. Going to get a holding call against the Cougars, so probably not a screen. We want to invite those guys in on those screen plays, but we'll see if they decline that penalty to make it 4th down. They will do just that. So it's going to bring up a 4th down. We're going to call it 8 for the Cougars. All right, coach, you going for it here or you punting?
This level of punt is can be a problem sometimes. So if it's inside of 10 yards and you're in the middle of the field, I'm always going.
Okay. Spoken like a true offensive coach. Going for it on 4th and 8. And coach would know he's coaches these guys, so he's dialed in. Trips formation, 1-step drop, taking a shot. Ooh, that one close to being intercepted with 73 Harrison Burke, who returned that opening kickoff for a touchdown, I believe, for Bedford. So we know he's got some wheels out. Was dropping into the flat. Bulldogs will take over possession 1st and 10 on the Nashua through the 45-yard line. Joined here by 7th and 8th grade coach Travis Fowler up in the booth. And Coach Fowler and I talk usually a couple times during the week, usually towards the end of the week as we start heading towards the Nashua North varsity game. And then I see him here for his entirety of a Sunday. Wear a lot of hats, does Coach Fowler at the youth level. 2-by-2. Now they have 7 on the line. Eagle formation, shotgun. Going to be a pass on 1st down. Trouble with the handle there and met in the backfield. Great play there. It looked like number 41 potentially. Yeah, it was Christian Williams shot out of a cannon into the backfield. And you know, when you have trouble with the snap, how hard is it, Coach? I mean, coming from the youth level, we were always under center. Now, very rarely do you go under center at any level now. How hard is it to work in the shotgun snap for your kids? Some people say it's actually an easier transition.
Yeah, so sometimes there's times where I wish I was still under center on occasion.
Sure.
But no, we have a lot of talent that get the ball back, I think. But obviously it's a lot of practice.
Little swing route to number 18, Tyler Porto, and he'll get a couple of those yards back. Again, playing behind the sticks is always a difficult thing, regardless of the level. Here we got a third down and 11 for the Bulldogs. Pretty good day of football. As you can see, the shadows start to creep in over most of the field, at least halfway on the field now, working their way towards the home sideline. 2-by-2 formations. Back is to the Kiwis left. And again, a rolling ball, and that could potentially be as a result of the pressure from the nose guard. A shoestring tackle there. Flags will fly late. Like Kelvin talked on that reception, got tripped down. We're gonna get a holding call on the offense, so looks like they're gonna take the penalty. So instead of 4th and 10, it's gonna make it 3rd down, and we're gonna call it, we're guessing maybe 19 and 20. No, they're gonna take it down. Okay, so it's gonna be 4th down. We're gonna call it 9. What are you doing in that situation, Coach? You backing them up, giving them 3rd down again, or you're gonna go 4th and 9?
I'm trying to get the ball back. I think I'd go 4th.
No second guessing being done up here by Coach Charlie Fowler. Been slewed up well. And it looks like they will line up the punt. Showing pressure, 1-step kick, and it's a good punt. But you have a chance to return it. Oh, it takes a nice bounce for the Cougars. It'll be down at about the 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Who's getting the ball for the Cougars? Coach, talk to us in terms of, we were talking earlier today that usually the first game of the year, you see a lot of cramps in the calves and the hamstrings, especially during those hot August days. What kind of conditioning do you guys do at the youth level to get kids ready to play?
Yes, well, we try to condition while running kind of like a central like track. So we run a fast offense. So if we can run our plays fast enough, especially when we're on air, we try to get our conditioning in that way. But we got to make sure that we hydrate. It's like a frying pan down there on this curve. So it depends on how hot the day is, but there.
Handoff off the left side, bouncing back to the right. It looks like number 28. That was Bong again, and nice job and good blocking at the point of attack. Bong doesn't get touched on the 2nd level. And Coach, you mentioned that moved the sticks 1st and 10 at about the 41-yard line. You put conditioning into practice, which is a great thing. You really cut down on, your training, your cardio is purposeful, and you're going to do it in a game. So love that. The ball hits the carpet, and it's going to be covered up there. It looks like Bedford has it. They're going to take a look at it. 2 bodies on the ground, neither one willing to move. It's going to be Bedford ball was all on there by number 58, Tom Van Valkenburg. So Van Valkenburg comes away with the fumble. This is a nice segue to my next question, Coach. We've seen a lot of timing issues sometimes, a lot of bobbling, a lot of fumbles, for lack of a better word. What kind of ball security stuff do you do in practice? Is it a major focus in the course of that?
Yeah, we run an NAD ball security every week. So it should be something that hopefully gets taken care of. Sometimes we gotta maybe not complicate it so much.
Yeah.
If we're moving forward, let's keep moving forward.
Right.
Take the motion out of it at times. So we'll see.
So Bedford was short 1 player on the field. He now comes into the game. It'll be a 2-by-2 formation and no hurry here. There's no danger of getting a delay of game. 3 minutes, 14 seconds left in the first half. They'll swing route again. Oh, they had him on the perimeter. Got to wrap him up. They finally do. Lasso down there. Good tackle. Jamie Calvin on that tackle. He slipped the first time. Second time, we wrapped him up. That's going to bring up a 2nd down. We're going to call it 13. 2:46 and counting here in the first half. this crowd on here, do you see folks come in and out during the course of the day along at the various levels? Two by two again. Base formation for Bedford. Shotgun snap comes to the left. Great penetration. And someone forgot to block two Cougars as looked like number 3 and number 66 were making their acquaintances with the ball carrier. Carter Queenan and looked like Julian Garcia at party at the ball. Third down, and we're going to call it 20. .151 and counting here. Bulldogs content to just take their time and try to get out of the half. Can't take those timeouts with you into the second. In Nashua, maybe they'll take a timeout here if they're able to stop this big third down play. It could even be quick kicking. They're going to take their time, and rightfully so. Nashua's not going to use their timeouts. They're going to milk that clock. Good management by Bedford. There's that out route, complete to number 35 again. He's going to get stacked up on the far side. Gets such a about 5 Cougars to finally bring down. The clock will launch if it works down at 11. Now Nashua will call a timeout. It's 4th and 12, maybe a little more manageable. If you're Bedford, you take a shot down the sideline. Let's see how they play this. So, maybe you're thinking you're going to punt here, or you're taking a shot?
Yeah, I mean, with the last one, it's bad. It's touchdown. Yeah, they got probably just next season. Bedford. Let's hope they don't.
Coach is open for another snap over the punter's head. So it's a scoop and swap. There we go. Nashua Cougars junior senior game. And it should be a treat. What do you know about this? You know they're well coached. Do you know their record? I mean, how are they coming in here today in terms of record and where they stand in the league?
Yeah, I believe that they're 3-0 coming into us. They very similar to what we've been seeing on our end. So it would be a nice little play for it.
Last time we did a undefeated regular season game with you was at the Londonderry game over at Souhegan High School, and that came down to the last play, and it was a crazy game. I know it probably nearly gave you a heart attack, but I'm sure the fans are dying for something like that here today.
Yeah.
So 64 seconds on the clock. What's going to be going to run a play here? It could also be a quick kick. Punt hangs up, and they're going to take a shot. And you don't want to intercept. You want to just knock that down. And again, I can hear you groaning down here because if you intercept that ball, you're giving up about 18 yards in field position. Is that something you guys go over? I mean, just kind of like the finer points of the game?
Yeah, situational football is we go over goal line situations under 2 minutes, fourth down, when to get us down. So that's something that we should know, but it's hard to tell folks. Okay, go get it.
Yeah. So just under a minute, 59 seconds to be exact. Cougars will set up shop at the 40. We'll see if they try to get themselves into the end zone, if they try to milk this thing to halftime. We'll see how Bedford manages their timeouts as well. And they were ready for that as the looked like the Bedford kid was backfield on the play. It appears that Bedford contend. I think they might have one timeout left. Not completely sure. We'll know after this play if Bedford has any timeouts left, but they'll probably use it. Handoff right up the gut. It goes. Getting back the yards lost on that first down play. We are going to get timeout Bedford. So good use of the timeouts there. They obviously had one left, and you try and get to that third down play. If they only use one, they might. So I thought I heard Bedford. Okay. I hope it wouldn't be a Nashua timeout, but. We'll see if we can. I know the cheerleading squad's going to come out and do a performance at halftime. Will we be able to run that
Yeah.
as well? Okay.
It's only a minute.
So we'll have the 7th and 8th grade cheerleaders out there. I know I have a
Yeah, one big
couple of kids that, and actually, it might even be a freshman. I think it's I thought it could be on that year's line. Okay, so if it's age group, so there you go. So I saw them performing a couple of weeks ago. It's a great performance. And hopefully we get to see them out here today as well. And we'll have that on the highlight guide for you. So 3rd and 11 for the Cougars coming home. The online 24 seconds left on the clock. Cougars trying to escape this first half unscathed. We got a penalty. All right, they're screaming ineligible, so it could be a run play over here, or maybe a double pass. They're saying he's off the line, but is the second receiver in on the line? Still trying to get to halftime unscathed, and it doesn't appear. That's the case. 14 seconds to go. Here's some clock management. When you're down on the field, you see something you think you can do, and yeah, I mean it's tough. It's tough sometimes. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Bedford from the Cougar 39-yard line. And now you take a couple of shots here. You have some height advantage out there on the edges. Let's see if they use this guy. They are going to head to the Fernland Skies, scrambling to his right. Has to run it, bouncing to the outside. Spin was nice. Tackle there. Very much 71 in on the tackle. Bedford takes another timeout. I believe that's their last. Maybe their second. I think it is their last. So they'll take one more shot to the end zone here. Will the Bulldogs? I want to thank the head coach for the senior level 7th and 8th grade, Travis Fowler, for joining us, giving us some insight on the Nashua Cougars and the program and all the great things that they're doing for the youth here in Nashua. Coach, want to wish you the best of luck down there tonight as we get prepared to call what should be the best game of the day between your 7th and 8th grade team, the Bedford 7th and 8th grade team. Both teams undefeated coming in. Something has to give. Wish you the best of luck. See you soon, Coach. That is Travis Fowler. I know he's, I'm sure his mind is in other places right now as he gets ready for what promises to be an exciting conclusion to our day here in Nashua at Stello Stadium. And now the Bulldogs come off of their sideline and they prepare to launch what could be some type of a Hail Mary play into the corner of the end zone or chuck it as far as you can. We'll have to wait and see. And here we go. That ball may have been tipped at the line. It is incomplete. And that will do it for the first half here from Mata Field at Stello Stadium. The first half is in the books, second half to go, and the fifth of 6 games here. You are watching the highlight guide. Jason Roby calling the action for you. The man on the moving pictures today, done a great job, I might add, is Clayton the Bargain Price. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back for second half action right after these messages.
I'm a beast. Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. I'm a beast. Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not, cause I stepped in my zone when I pulled into the I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like I was born. I can't hit the ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
You're good to go.
All right, welcome back to Stello Stadium. It is second half action of the JV game here, 7th and 8th grade level. Most of 7th graders out there right now. 6 and 7. Comes the kick return. And a good job there by running the good return. That's what number 23 for the Cougars, David Butler. But it was a great job of staying in their lane over there. I believe it was number 2, Calvin Coughlin, on the left side, if I have that yet. And, you are in for a treat in a nightcap. Well, if you've been waiting around all day, or if you are just joining us, you're going to see a good game at 6 p.m. Uh-oh. We had a little miscommunication in the backfield. Quarterback turned one way, back went the other. So making something out of Butler. Usually what they tell you is the blocking's probably there, so go where the blocking is going anyway. So Butler ends up picking up a yard on the play, so 2nd and 9. Handoff, left side, bounces back to the right, thrown down there. Nice run on 2nd down. That was number 28. Long again on the carry. It featured Toby a little bit. He has a nice gain on 2nd down, setting up a very manageable 3rd down. We're going to call it 3. Long again, but this time, the snap took the quarterback a little bit away from the line. That was Bobby Foltz who was there. Actually make that Chet Hollerich. He was there to make that play, so it's going to be 4th down and a loss of a yard on the play. You are watching the highlight guy, Jason Roby, Clayton, the bargain price. Looking at all the action. This time, keeping it to the outside, trying to get the edge and not able to make it. Butler was wrestled down. Like 29 on the tackle, Neil Guanamajra. The Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 at the Nashua Cougar 40-yard line, 7:58 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Still 14-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. First and 10. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. And great penetration there by the defensive line. We got 40 and 66. Mike McKenzie, Julian Garcia helping contribute to that 5-yard loss. Bedford goes backwards. Now they're playing behind the sticks on 2nd down. Second down and 15. Bedford, 2-by-2 set, shotgun, handoff left side. How to get the edge and being pulled down from the backside. Number 80, Damian Calvin. Good job by Calvin chasing that down the line and making a huge defensive stop for the Cougars. 3rd down, we're going to call it 18. 18. Bedford has gone backwards on their first couple of plays here in the 3rd quarter. Then snap, handoff directly up the middle into the teeth of that Cougar defense. Like 56 and 59 in on the stop, Gavin Berger and Kai Nguyen. Pick up a maybe 4th down and 16. Active punt now are the Bulldogs. Goes off to the right side, takes a get away from it if you're the Cougars. Punted by Calvin Coffin. Off the 22-yard line, and the Cougars have set up shot first and 10. And thank you all for joining us here today on the Highlight Guide. We're in the 4th of our 5 games here this afternoon. More game coming up at 6 o'clock. Twins right, sport left, 2 backs in the backfield. Got the eye. Ball is dropped. And coming away with it. Is Bedford. So that is just a crushing blow right there for the Cougars. They are unable to recover that fumble, and now Bedford has ideal field position at the 21-yard line going in. 1st and 10. Handoff. Testing the middle line. Handoff to one. Galwood and Williams meet Braden Metchin. I believe it was. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Back to pass, 1-step firing corner, complete. Great pitch and catch there. Again, complete number 31. First down for the Bulldogs. First down. It's 1st and goal. So Bedford cannot get a first down here, but they have 10 yards to go. 3:25 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Mr. Roby, do you have that number in your
No. We buy 2 formation. Back to the friendly skies they go. Peeling out from the left. Now bends it back to the right. Finally going to get all down from the back. Good pressure as Coughlin will go down on the sack to Damian Calvin. Calvin making his 2nd home in the Bedford backfield.
Going to be second there
in the season. For 2nd down and goal from the 19. We by 2, firing his cough when that ball hangs up in the sky. What seems like forever, that rainmaker nearly intercepted out there by LaVoy. He had nothing but green in front of him at the time. Bulldogs fortunate there. Now it's third down, 18 from the 18. Ball is caught and now taken away. And coming out of the pile with it is Isaiah LaFord. So a turnover. Cougars will take over 1st and 10. Now the Cougars, their backs to their own end zone. First and 10. Set up shop. Just shy of the 10-yard line. We'll call it the 8. Snap. And reading. And time was number 35. We don't have a number for him either. 31 and 35 are a couple of guys that cannot account for it. Second down, loss of 2. We'll call it 2nd and 12. Handoff off the right side. Stacked up there. Looked like number 14 and number 7. Stop. It's a savage. Looked like Harrison Burke on the tackle. Sent out a text to who we think is the coach of the Bedford team, asking him 31 and 35. Another fumble. That is not a good situation when you are standing with your heels on your own goal line. So it's going to be 4th down and forever. Cougars in an unfavorable position, the ball being spotted. And that will do it for the 3rd quarter. We'll head to the 4th frame. Your score still 14-0. The Cougars hanging around, but they are a dangerous waters here as they feel on the edge of their own goal line. Big 4th down play coming up. They have to punt it away. Well, give us a chance to ask you. I'll tell you about EarthTech Systems. They're local premier green heating and cooling technology company. Save you time and money like that. They specialize in geothermal HVAC systems for your heating and cooling needs. Contacting experts at earthtechsystems.com. No install or repair project is too challenging for the experts in green HVAC technology. Go to earthtechsystems.com. I actually went there and checked out the website. It is really cool stuff, so go check that out. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Deb Cody from the Dow Group at Charles A. Expensive. That's your realtor. He's licensed in Maine and in Massachusetts and has 16 real estate goals. The Dow Group is the #1 real estate team in the nation. Deb at 603 941. All right, big 4th down play coming up here. Good snap. Hunt is away. It's going to fall at about the 20-yard line and roll sideways. Looked like it may have hit a foot just getting out of the way of the line. It's fantastic for the Cougars if it had. Down there by number 29 from Nashua. That was Ty Hickey. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And again, they have very favorable field position. They'll set up shop at the Nashua 22-yard line. break the huddle and come out in there. Tight end flanker to the left, slot to the right. One back in the backfield. One step drop, firing across the middle. Pass is complete. Breaking with one tackle, firing. It's number 42 on that reception. Brady Manning tackled by number 41, Christian Williams. We'll get enough yards for the first down, and now Bedford has something. Thinking first and 10, or rather first and goal, excuse me, from the 8-yard line. Full breaks. We get flanker to the right with a tight end slot to the left. Ball gets dropped again on the shotgun snap, and once again, another meeting at the quarterback there. He shot the gaps. Catch that cleanly is great sack on the play there by the interior. But catch the number, it may have been number 80 again. I apologize if that is not the case. So second down and goal from the 15-yard line. Cannot get a first down. Got to get it in the end zone. Clock is their friend. 8:04 to go. Not sure why the clock stopped. Maybe there was a timeout on the play, but referee's talking about something. I'm not quite sure what it is. Now the clock is 7:57, and it counted. Taking a shot over the top. Deep ball. Caught in the back corner of the end zone. Number 33 on that catch. Sheriff Correa. A nice job. They flanked him way out to the side. Threw it up when he and only he could catch it. And it's now 18, 20-0. Bedford. Well, the 2-point conversion, you're trying to make 22. I will stop with that.
All right, I think right now. Listen to this. Hold on.
Tight end flanker right, twins to the left, shotgun. There's firing. That one overthrown a little too high. 2-point conversion is no good. So with about 7:27 to go in this one, your score Bedford 20, Nashua 0. You're watching Northeast Junior High football action on the highlight deck. Jason will be on the play-by-play and the color commentary. All the one-liners you could ever hope for. Clayton, the bargain price on the moving pictures. Sun starts to get in our eyes just a little bit. It starts to move over the treetops to my left. Shadows fill the Stellar Stadium field. Getting the ball off at the 40-yard line. Porter with the red sleeve on his right arm. Now be cheat on lip and Patriots. 2 Eagles. Nice kick there by Porto, taken at the 20-yard line. They get a return. He needs some blocking. As the boy tried to go. This is like assist. We ran into his Bedford kid coverage team. So we 1st and 10. For the Cougars, and we do have a flag down on the field, so it makes these games long when you start getting all these penalties. There's still some conversation going on over there now. Finally, we'll get to the head official, white hat, coming over to us. Get some kind of an explanation. Want to make sure you get it right, and they're doing just that. Of course, when you're in when you're 8 hours in, you know, you're kind of a little heavy in the hurry. Face mask penalty will be called against the Cougars. They'll march it back. And that's a tough penalty there to take, as they'll be first and 10, and inside their own 15-yard line, we'll call it the 14. Shotgun snap fired. Little jailbreak security coming. He breaks back to the outside. He's got a lane to run. They do not have the angle on him. He could go the distance. And it appears that he is going to do just that. Number 80 on the bridge. Damian Calvin. And there's a penalty flag back on the 41-yard line. And that was way behind the play, I think. You have to watch that one back on the highlight guy replay. I think they're going to call. They're bringing that one back.
Back.
It's pumped. Is that overhead open?
What was that?
Is that open?
Oh, yeah, it should be. Where are you?
You're season.
Yeah, we're doing really good.
You're a BG, right?
Yeah, we're still waiting for a call from the officials on the field. Not sure if that penalty had any bearing on the play or not.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it, yes. To be honest.
Yeah.
Clearly it does, saying to march it up.
Well, that's not green.
So,
You have to put up your notes about that. Sound like a grown man.
so the Cougars are going to get marched back on that penalty. It was a touchdown pass that would be all for naught as they will set up shop first and 10 from their own 31-yard line.
Oh, 6. Yeah, I'm starting to see.
Well, I'll definitely see it.
Yeah. Good seeing you.
It seems like the managing of this penalty is taken a bit long. Now we'll stop the clock again. Start the clock on the snap. Kudos to these officials too. It's been a long day for them as well. And,
Oh,
all alone up the field by himself. He's going to get run down, but they forgot to cover him. That is number 19 in the clear by his lonesome, Lucas Hernandez. They'll move the sticks again. Clock will continue to run on the moving of the chains. First, 2 by 2 is the formation. They're actually stacked now. They're going to go back to that one. Could it be a double pass? Nope. Nice block on the perimeter. Well done there. Give me a time to go back well. I tell you, it was a good pitch and catch, but the block on the perimeter by number 9 there, Fucci, was outstanding. And the beneficiary of that was Damian Calvin. think it was 9. I believe it's number 9 out there. And it is Nico. We're going to watch that one back on the highlight guy, and it was Nico all the way. Unselfish. Doing the little things that make a big difference. So we'll set the scene for you. 5:43 to go in this one. It is Bedford pitching a shutout right now, 20-0. But Nashua is on the move and threatening as they are now in Bedford territory inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line. Are you looking to play sports in college? If yes, then let the highlight guy help you get recruited. Create highlight videos from sporting events, and like today, we live stream, all with the goal of helping athletes get no respect for head coaches. With the highlight guy, you are the star. So let us help you. Go to thehighlightguy.com or email Steve at thehighlightguy.com to get started. All right, 1st and 10 for the Cougars as they try to get into the end zone. Getting a little more interesting. Shotgun snap, pump and go, got a man. Oh, just through the hands. Tried to Bucci has did a little pump and go and couldn't quite get the hand to it. See if they go back to that one again. They might. Don't know if Nico scores on that, but he would have had enough for a first down for certain. The penalty against the Cougars here. Never in the fourth quarter. And the drive will never end, apparently. It's going to be a huge penalty bringing the Cougars back.
Flag on the Cougars. Ball, back
41-yard line. It'll be first down and forever from the 41. 25, maybe? Shotgun snap, handled. Another pump and go. Got a man. That one's overthrown. It was an over-under coverage, bracket coverage. The defense, and it was intended for number 80, Calvin. Second down. And 24. Going to his right. Got to get rid of it. Can't take a sack here. Fires away. And the big coverage over there on the corner. Looks like it was intended for number 19. It's Hernandez. It was incomplete. Third down. How many plays in your playbook designed to get 24, 25 yards back? Been inside. I think he's find out. Didn't make it as best I did. No explanation being given here. Just like the coach and the referee having a conversation about something going on down. 5:26 to go in this one. Cougars will employ trips to the right, split in to the left, and back in the backfield. Going to his right, setting up, firing. Pass is complete. And a great catch out there. Hernandez goes up, and initially it looked like it was intended for Calvin, went over Calvin, and Hernandez was there to bring it down. So now it is a 4th and 10. So somewhat manageable for the Cougars based on the last play. See if they do the exact same thing over to this side. Oh. They never blew the whistle dead. They're saying it was a backwards pass. And it's going to be a touchdown for the Bulldogs. I believe it's number 26. Maybe Bleakley. I think it was 26. Maybe we could zero in on that. Yeah, it was 5 and 26. Can you see that, Clayton? And now they're marching back this way. Heading off to the sideline right now. Is that 25 or 26? Standing next to the coaches now, watching. I'm going to say it was 26. Behind the coach now. But they're coming back here, and you know, the interesting thing, you'll watch this one back on the highlight guy. It very well could have been a backwards pass. And the officials, at least I didn't hear any whistles. I didn't hear any whistles to blow the play dead. So they're going to say it was an incomplete pass. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. All right, well. I guess the good news here is they didn't put any more time back on the clock. 4:21 to go in this one. One step, everything covered initially, scrambling back there, finally ripped down to the ground. This one, you don't want to have these passes. Coughlin was kind of ripped down by Calvin. Inside of 4 minutes to go now, and this quarter seems like it's taken about an hour and a half to complete. Second down and 14 on the sack. One left slot, right, one back in the back. Taking their time inside of 3:17 and cut back. Got play designed to do that very thing, but 23 good pursuit right back on the backside by a host of Cougars led by number 26. Vegas. Inside of 250. Going to call it 3rd down and 16 for the Bulldogs. Great handoff, hesitating in the hole, trying to bounce outside. Pretty good there, Bob. 66, 53, that is by Ronnie Guzman and Boone and Garcia on the tackle. 4th down and 16. Inside of 2 minutes to play in this one. Your undefeated heavyweights are going to go at it. About 6 o'clock. And say, oh, the quick kick, well done. And that's a returnable ball. You want to go pick that up and go. There you go. I make the decision sooner than that. That's one of those things without kicks and coverage. You can take what you can get. Ikamuchi did just that. He did some play by Nico to pick it up and get what he could. As we have 1:30 left in this one. All placed right at the midfield stripe. Once again, I want to thank you all for watching us here on the Highlight Guy. Game started at 10 a.m. this morning. I think Clayton, the bargain price, opened the joint. He was one of the first ones here, setting up all the camera work. I always say it looks like Radio Shack vomited on a counter over there. Those of you who don't remember what Radio Shack was, look it up. This is a broken play, potentially. Nobody there. We'll see if they keep the flag. And 24. Stop. Incomplete pass, of course. There was a movie back in the day, back in the 80s, called Glass from The Never Ending Story. I don't know if you ever saw that or heard of it. That's like this corner, The Never Ending Corner. Shotgun snap, handoff, left side, has some blocking out in front of him. Nice run there, great play. Nice run. Ty Hickey. We do have a flag far away on the far side of the field. See if they quickly verify, rectify, something fly this one. At the 40-yard line, and the referee, they're marching it back. Personal foul against the Cougars, so personal foul. There will be a first down, but they're going to be marched back, I believe. This was an after-the-fact situation, so they'll reset the sticks if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's going to be a first down and 10, but lose boatload of yardage on that particular play. So first and 10 from the 46-yard line. Clock continues to run at 67 seconds. And right side. Bulldog tackle there. Quiggin goes down. No gain on the play. Second and 10. Inside of 30 seconds now in this one. Maybe time for one, maybe two more snaps. Although the way this fourth quarter's gone, maybe time for 10 more plays. Who knows? Shotgun snap, handoff in the middle, wrestled down. Good penetration there by the interior of the Bulldog defense. Williams had no chance in that particular play. There's Max Rustin is in there. And that's going to do it for game number 4 from Fellow Stadium. The final score, Bedford Bulldogs 20, the Nashua Cougars 0. It was an entertaining game. And marked by some turnovers and some penalties there in the later stages of it, but both teams kind of taking each other's best shot. And Bedford comes out on top of this one, 20-0. As both teams meet at the midfield stripe for the congratulatory handshake, showing good sportsmanship there. We're going to take this one to a break in just a minute here before we get to our final game of the day. 7th and 8th grade senior level Cougars. We talked to head coach Travis during the first half of this game, and we're excited to see the product put on the field for the nightcap. Jason Roby calling the shots for you here today. Clayton the Bargain Price is the man on the moving pictures. We're going to take this one to break as the 7th and 8th grade varsity senior level comes out onto the field. We'll be right back with our nightcap after this.